my list of players to watch out for before this year's upcoming NFL draft. What's up everybody, welcome back to One of Us Cards here on YouTube, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of an informational video about the players I think you should be looking out for in this year's NFL draft. This is dealing strictly with football trading cards from their college career, and also going to be looking at rookies this year that I think were a little undervalued to go into next year. Let's get right into it, guys. Here we go.
Fafita, plenty of time. Throwing, that's complete. The T-Mac, score.
Defense number 9.
Taking a shot down the field, trying to get to McMillan. He's able to find him. McMillan.
Alright guys, so my first pick, I have Tetairoa McMillan. It is somebody that people probably already know. He's going pretty high on the draft board, so this might not be like news to anybody, but I will say this is somebody that is very undervalued, especially in the hobby. And you never know, he signed with Topps with Bowman U on his first, Bowman's best. So it is something that is still going for pretty cheap, as you can see in the eBay recent sales. I think this is still a good value to pick up before the draft. Who knows, he has a good combine. He gets picked up by somebody like the Chiefs, somebody like a contender. So I don't think it is a bad buy to get in on him now. He's a big wide receiver, 6'5", runs a really fast 40, can go up and get the ball. On a high comparison, I could say someone along the lines of Mike Evans, but even on a medium tier, I could see someone along the lines of maybe Tim Patrick, or even like Mike Williams. Somebody that can be a deep threat, but also is a speed burner. So very high on Tetairoa McMillan, or some call him T-Mac. So let's get into our next one.
Held East Tennessee State to just 3 of 13. Klubnik sips it down the field. Klubnik going to use his legs here on the option. Made a great move, and Klubnik steps up, throws, caught.
Alright guys, so next on my list I have Cade Klubnik, the Clemson quarterback. I believe Cade is an interesting prospect. One, he's very undervalued again in the hobby. I think he's somebody that's very efficient, only having like 6 interceptions last year, and the year before only having 9. He's a dual threat. He's very athletic. He's 6'2", so he's a good sized QB. I think my comparison for him, he could either be along the lines of like a more athletic Baker Mayfield, or he could also be along the lines of a Brock Purdy. You never know. Some of these guys, they have that little bit of hype going into it, then it kind of dies down because you have other prospects that, get more of the headlines, more of the highlights. He really zips that ball in there, and I think he's somebody that is really clutch and can get games done. He's had some wavering games, but I think he still has that athletic ability. He'll probably go in maybe the 3rd, 4th round, but he's somebody that you can look out for to be undervalued. But I mean, you never know. They get that shot, and especially if you can get an auto of theirs for super cheap mid-season. Look what happened to Brock Purdy. Things of that nature. Let's get into the next one.
That was a 21st completion for Leonard. That's the most this year. Dodges some traffic and then runs out of it and picks up another.
Pressure Leonard launching. Great Starters along that offensive line. Leonard is a man open. Nice catch on the Leonard 3rd down and 7. Georgia needs a stop. That ain't bad. Riley Leonard loading, firing, ends up.
It's a quarterback draw. Leonard finds a big opening. And still will get a first down and then some. Trots out of bounds.
Next one is Riley Leonard, of course, the star of the national championship, somebody who almost got it done and completed the comeback against an insane Ohio State roster. I think Riley Leonard has a huge potential and huge upside. He's somebody who's 6'4", he's a big quarterback. He reminds me a lot of Justin Herbert, just the size-wise, and he really zips the ball. But the thing is, some people like Colin Cowherd have compared him to Josh Allen as being someone who can run. That's a huge comparison. Josh is great. We've even seen Ryan Tannehill comparisons as someone who can just run an offense, run the play action, zip it in there. He's another one that he just had a really gutsy first drive in that college football playoff national championship, and I think he's made a lot of big throws. He's been MVP in multiple bowl games. He's someone I think you should look out for as well.
Still a good throw. Judkins gets the carry. Right side. Judkins, touchdown. Open this drive. A little fake to him and down the flip to him. And the Ole Miss transfer has speed to get outside. Look out outside. On
the ground. Judkins broke a tackle. Quinshawn still going.
The next one is Quinshawn Judkins, somebody you guys know I'm very high on. I did pull his auto out of Bowman a couple weeks ago, and I do think he is an interesting prospect. He was a great back on Ole Miss, and then when he transferred to Ohio State, he did not slow down. He got a lot less carries because he shared time with Trayvon Henderson, but he still got over 1,000 yards rushing. 3 touchdowns in the national championship. So the guy is there. He plays much bigger than he is. He's 6 foot, right around 200 pounds, which is a taller back, but it's not a particularly large back. And I think he's somebody that has a very high ceiling. You know, he's somebody that can catch out in space. Being a Steelers fan, he does remind me a lot of Najee's capability while he was at Alabama. But I think on another stage that he also reminds me a lot of somebody that could be a receiving back out in space. Some people have also compared him to Kareem Hunt, somebody who can just be a power back. He can be a second option, so you never know. Let's see what happens with him. His draft stock, of course, is going to rise because of how good he did in the national championship, but don't think it'll go too much just because they do have both backs going to the draft, both Henderson and Judkins. But I do think they both have tremendous upside, and as you can see in the eBay post, Judkins is very undervalued, so it's someone to look out for. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who checked out the video and is new to the channel especially. Thank you for stopping by. I encourage you to go ahead and throw a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more trading card content in the future. I appreciate you very much and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.